So I read An Unconfirmed Bachelor by Arthur Schnitzler, and I wanted to get into it. So basically, it's about Dr. Graysler, who, following the passing of his sister, he goes to this health resort in Germany, and he meets this family who lives in the same town, and he becomes infatuated with their daughter, Sabine, who's an adult, by the way. And she's 20 years his junior, though, and he's in his 40s, and he's kind of dealing with his feelings regarding her, as well as loneliness. So a lot of this book is really about Dr. Graysler, honestly, and truthfully, it's in his point of view, so you really get an insight into what he's thinking, what's on his mind. I mean, that's pretty much the book. And I honestly found it very engaging to really just go kind of back and forth on how he thinks, how he's lonely one moment, how he's like, oh, I'm, ready to do this, that, and then the next moment he's like defeated. And I even read many reviews after I finished the book where people described his character as callous, because there were many sections in the book where, yes, you sympathize with him because he feels lonely, but then you see a section where his feelings are definitely ill-mannered and not very nice, and it's just kind of that's my bird. And it just kind of goes to show how, I guess, wishy-washy his character is, as well as, again, how somebody described callous. But I found it interesting, really, and Snoop is struggling. And I found it engaging to read, truthfully. However, I can totally get somebody reading this book and being like, oh, this guy is so annoying. But overall, I found it to be an interesting story. I wanted to see what happened to Dr. Graysler. I found the writing very eloquent and engaging too, and it wasn't confusing either. So overall, I thought it was definitely an interesting story. I feel like the official synopsis that they have on it kind of makes it seem like more of a thriller, which honestly, yes, there are certain things in the story where you're like surprised to find things out, but I don't really see it as a thriller sort of thing, because if you read the official synopsis on the book, it kind of makes it seem like a very exciting book. It's not really exciting, I'm not gonna lie, but it is a good book, so I would have to recommend it, and I would definitely recommend reading this because it's a pretty short book. So if you need some short books to finish your reading goal, this is definitely one of them.